Okay, so as usual, I am starting with a clean, moisturized face and a little bit shiny because it is hot today. It's super hot. We will see how this goes. I am in my room. I have my door closed so that my kids don't make a fuss in the background, but the window's open, but I don't know, air circulation, and I've got ceiling fan on up and behind me, so air circulation might become an issue if it gets too hot. We'll see how this goes, but I've got my iced coffee in my summer cold cup that I always use, so I think we'll be good. Let's get this started. I am basically doing a first impression today, so since I'm sticking with new products, let's just keep the ball going, and I'm going to test out this new sponge. If you saw a few videos ago or a couple videos ago, I did a Dollarama haul and swatch video, and I picked this up from Dollarama for $2.50. It is the Lori sponge, cosmetic sponge. It's latex free, and this like super swelled when I wet it and dampened it. Like the amount of water that this held, holy smokes. I had to like squish it out in a towel to make sure that there wasn't too much excess, and it still sounds a teeny tiny. I hope it's not going to be too wet. I got as much out as possible, but it's swelled like crazy, so it's like really nice and squishy now, but I couldn't believe how much bigger it got. This could be interesting. Hopefully the sponge doesn't ruin all of my makeup. This is the first time I'm using it, so I'll let you guys know as we go along how it's holding up. I don't have an Essence primer, face primer, so I'm just going to go with my Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist. I'm not gonna do foundation because I haven't been doing foundation when it's really hot like this, and my skin's being okay, so I don't need like super tons of coverage, but I am going to go ahead with my Glamoflauge concealer from Hard Candy, and let's see how this baby spreads things. It's so squishy. Just reminds me of Despicable Me when little Agnes is like, it's so fluffy. Except this is squishy. We just took the kids to Despicable Me 3 and it was so good. I'm gonna switch to this end so that I can get in underneath of my eyes. Not going to take my concealer over top of my eyelid because I have an eyeshadow base from Essence, which I will try out. So far, this sponge is pretty awesome. It feels huge on my face, like, but I think it got everywhere it needed to get really well, and it blended things out super nice. I don't have too much product on the sponge, so like I don't feel like it soaked up too much off of my face and didn't leave anything on my face. Kind of like it. And it just, yeah, it's like beating your face with a pillow. Kind of nice. I've got my Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. Well, the little bit that I have left. This baby is well loved. Actually, I'm just gonna set my concealer that I used. I'll try using this sponge for that. I'm just running it around the outside where the powder is in the pan. Seeing as how I'm like hit bottom of pan basically. I need to get a new one. I really like how this sponge is applying this powder. $2.50, guys. Just goes to show you don't always need to splurge for certain things. I've never tried the Lori brand before. I don't know if it's exclusive to dollar stores or where else you can get it. I have no idea. I think that did a pretty awesome job of setting. Okay, so normally this is where I would just like warm up the skin and contour with my bronzer. But I have this Shape Your Face contour palette, so we'll give this a try and see how this goes. When I swatched this seems kind of dark. I mean, I know it's supposed to be a contour, but we'll see. So I'm just gonna take a little of this at first, just on the tip, because I don't know how this is going to apply. These powders seemed really silky when I originally swatched them. Well, it's it's there. But they're not dusty. There's no kick up. Just gonna blend this in a bit. And I'm making sure to go up, not drag it down. I'll clean this up in a bit. I think we're good for now. Let's continue with the rest of the contouring that I usually do. But this seems to blend rather well. It's not as dark as I thought it would be. I'm going rather lightly with it, with the brush into the pan though, just to make sure I don't take too much. It's definitely darker than my bronzer, but I'm not mad at it. Whoop. Okay, my camera stopped recording. Sorry. Glitch. Anyways, I haven't done anything else. Didn't miss anything. I caught it in time. So, let's go back to contouring. I think that this is done okay. The powder, it blends really easy. Again, it's not like super dusty. There's not a lot of kick up or anything like that. So that's good. And I don't think I need my actual bronzer. I thought that this was going to be, I'm just blending it out a little bit because there's some harsh edges. I thought this was going to be a bit dark, but it turns out it's not too bad. The highlight shade, really don't know what much this is going to do. It has zero shimmer whatsoever. We'll see. I'm going to put this down here. When I swatched this, it was pretty much just my skin tone. So I was thinking I could even use this as like a setting powder, like under the eye area and stuff. Oh, wait a second. Is there a shimmer? Or was this brush not clean? I don't recall using this brush anytime recently. Because there looks to be like zero shimmer, shine, or anything, but you can see I'm getting, I don't know if you can see it or not, I'm getting some. I don't know. Whatevs. We'll see. We're gonna leave that for now. Again, not super dusty, very silky powder. I think it was easy to blend. It's hard to tell because it's the exact same shade as my skin. But yeah, I will come back to, did I get my chin? I can't remember if I got my chin. I will come back to the blush in a second. I like to do my blush after. I am going to, again, take my All About Matte, go and just clean up underneath this contour a little bit. It got a little messy. I wish I switched sponges. That's okay. I like using my Quo sponge for this purpose because it has that real nice flat sharp edge. But I guess for consistency's sake, I'll stick with this one. I will just let that sit for a minute. And moving on, let's start the eyes. I have the I Heart Stage eyeshadow base, is what it's called. Basically looks like a concealer. Woo! Okay, a lot comes off. Let's just blend this out. So that was just a tad darker than my actual skin tone. And then you know what? I'm going to... Should I? Shouldn't I? Why not? I'm gonna set that with the highlight shade from the contour palette. Make sure I don't have anything previously on my brush, because I have used this brush for highlights before, and in case I didn't clean it off, I don't use shimmer all over my lid. I just wanted to set that primer because it was kind of tacky, as primers usually are. And I just want to make sure I can blend everything really well. And I think the combination between the eyeshadow base and this powder does a really good job of canceling out any discoloration or veining or anything on my eyelids, so I like that. Yeah, I think there's a very, very, very slight shimmer to that highlight powder. I don't know if you can see it on camera, but like I made sure that this brush was clean, and I have a slight shimmer to my entire eyelid. So I think there is, it's just very, very, very subtle, and you can't see it in the pan. So that would make sense why it's a highlight shade. But it's nothing too crazy. Like, I'm not, you know, just one big glitter ball or anything. I am going to, however, dip into my e.l.f. Spotlight Ready palette, just because I don't have, I only have 2 Essence eyeshadows. They're both singles. The one is a new one that I'm gonna use, which I'm super excited about. And then I just have this, the Grammy Goes Slammy. No, I always get that wrong. The Grammy Goes Glammy, which I use for a highlight because it's like a frosty shimmer shade. I don't want that all over my eyes. So I'm going to jump into my Spotlight Ready palette and the eyeshadows just to get like a neutral transition shade, which I'm going to do this one here, I think. And just pop this really quick into the crease. Now I'm gonna run this underneath too. This is still just the same transition shade. I'm actually going to pop the highlight shade on right now. I will do this because I'll go over it with my highlighter that I'm going to use for my face. But this will just brighten it up because my brow bone got a little darker than I usually like. We're just winging it here, people. This is first impressions. I haven't used most of these products before. Obviously, I've used this like 1,001 times. So, just blend that a little bit. I'm not gonna do too much into my eyes right now because I haven't used this eyeshadow that I'm gonna use before. And I wanna see how it performs. I wanna see if maybe I can just, like smoke it out, blow it out into the crease, and use it on the lid. I don't know how well that's gonna go with the eyeshadow because I haven't used it before. So I gotta get rid of this. I forgot I had that on. Has anybody else ever answered the door, like, makeup half done and looking all cray-cray? It is what it is, right? Okay, I'm going to pop this baby on my lid and see where we go. Woo! See where we go from there. This is Essence Metal Glam eyeshadow in Frosted Apple. And can we just take a look at that? It is so much gorgeousness. It's like a rose gold, dusty rose with gold shimmers. Oh, so many feels. I'm just gonna pack this onto the lid and see what happens. It's like super subtle. Hang on. Like lots is coming off onto the brush. I might have to wet this with some setting spray to get the full effect. But again, even when I swatched it though, it was a subtle, okay, yeah, we're getting there. It's a subtle color, right? So you're not gonna get a big wow from the color itself. Just more of the shimmer, but that's okay. I can go in, I'm not gonna take this into my crease because it's super, super shimmery. I don't know if you can see it. So yeah, you just have to build this up. Again, it's just a subtle color though. But yeah, once it's built up, it is beautiful. But I'm not getting a lot of kick up, like no kick up whatsoever. I'm not tapping off my brush or anything. And I'm like really packing this on, so not too shabby. The color is absolutely beautiful. But yes, I am going to go in with a different color into the crease because I don't want all this shimmer all up in my crease. Let's add something in here. I'm just going to find something in my Spotlight Ready palette because that's what's out. I'm gonna deepen up the outer corner with this like purpley shade. And it's a matte. I'm gonna take it into the crease as well, just to give some depth, but not all the way into the crease, just about halfway. And then I will blend that out in a second. Okay, and then I'm just going to take my original brush and just kind of blend out the edges. Drag this in just a little bit more. And drag that darker color underneath a bit, but only like halfway. I'm just gonna take a tiny bit of it on this fluffier brush, just to blend it out a little bit more out here and blow it out a little bit more. That's better. You can see the difference. So I'll do the same on this side. I'm going to go back in with the Metal Glam in Frosted Apple. I'm going to wet my brush because I blended a lot of it away off of my lid, as that happens when you're blending. But just to get the full effect of the color, and I'll really saturate it, I'm just going to go in with it wet and pack it on again. Yeah, see, that makes a huge difference. Huge, huge difference. More of the pink is showing through. This is so gorgeous, guys. Especially once you get it packed on there like that, when it's nice and damp. Sometimes that's all that it is you just need to figure out a different way to apply it. And shimmers and metallics are like that a lot. They apply better damp if you want the full effect of it. See how much more pink that is now? But it's still got like some super, super, super awesome shimmer. So there you go. I'm just gonna blend out the edges a little bit and deepen up that outer corner again, since again, blended it away. I'm gonna do that with a fluffy brush and that same dark color that I put into the crease, but just concentrate it on the outer. What do we not want? Harsh lines. Just really blow out the color. It's the thing with smoky eyes. Spend so much time blending. I'm sure you guys have seen that meme, blending is my cardio. It's true. I quite like it. I'm pretty impressed with that eyeshadow, especially now that I've gotten it to apply like full color, full coverage. It's gorgeous, you guys. I'm just gonna take this white shade that I used again and just go again through the eyebrow bone area and up top here and then out here. Just blend it because I'm feeling like I got a little messy and a little like too dark, too far. On the same highlight shade in the inner corner. This doesn't have a lot of shimmer to it. Actually, has like next to no shimmer to it, but I'm gonna go over it with my face highlight. Okay, I think we're done with the eyes for now. So I think next I'm gonna do some blush just to balance out the eyes and make it easier to kind of make the rest of my face kind of come together. And I'm going to use my new Essence blush brush. Isn't it cute? We will see. It's so soft. And I'm going to use the blush shade from this Shape Your Face palette. I'm gonna go in. I remember it being fairly pigmented actually. Let's just tap that off. Yeah, that was blush all right. This brush is so soft. Woo! Yeah, super pigmented, guys. I'll blend that out in a second. It's a beautiful color though. And the shimmer that it shows, see that sparkle? It's not really coming off on my cheeks all that much. Same thing happened when I swatched it too, so don't be afraid of the shimmer, guys. The only thing I will say about this brush, for my purposes and what I like, it's not, see how it's kind of more narrow this way? I mean, it's fluffy and it's got a nice angle to it, but it's narrow this way, so it's not dispersing the blush as much as I usually disperse it, because I use a big, flat, fluffy powder brush usually. But I need to calm those cheeks down. Holy crap! So beware, especially if you're fair-skinned like me. Use that shade sparingly, very sparingly. I'm going to fix this up with my powder brush and just blend the crap out of it. I might have to get some powder. I'm just going to use a bit of my e.l.f. HD loose powder. So I just picked up a little bit on this brush and just going over the blush to tone it down, and hopefully it tones it down enough. It's crazy blush. I mean, pigmentation is fantastic, but whoops. Maybe I do have to go over it with some, because there's more coverage to this matte one than there is to my sheer powder, right? And it's not like I had like a bunch of highlighter and stuff on. So mattifying isn't gonna be the worst thing in the world. I'm gonna take this brush, which does a better job of blending. I think I've salvaged it enough. It's still way more blush than I usually do. However, I have toned it down, and I think it's gonna be better. Except I am going to, again, take my sponge and my powder. I'm gonna do this again because I blended so much to try and tone down that blush. Kind of made a mess here. Okay, let's move on. That, I'm not gonna say it was a disaster, but just be forewarned. That blush means business. That's all I'm gonna say. Highlights now, which I'm going to use my Essence. The Grammy goes, I always want to say Slammy. Rah! Grammy goes Glammy, and my lid is busted off, but that's okay. It still works. And just hit the very top of my brow bone. This can get dusty, this one. This does have some kick up. It's a fabulous shade. I actually honestly did buy it for a highlight. I have not actually used it as an eyeshadow other than for inner corner and brow bone highlight. And I mean, I've hit pan in the center, so I use it as a highlighter quite regularly. I feel like that takes some emphasis away from my cheeks. Just blend that into the crease a little bit so that it's not just sitting there all stark. Especially get kick up when you use a fan brush, but check that out. Great. I normally wouldn't take this too much onto my cheeks, but I'm trying to tone down and take emphasis off the blush, so whatever works. Oh, I forgot to use my little brush. Where did you go? I just like to do this first because it makes the highlight on the Cupid's bow a little bit more saturated and solid. And then go over with a fan brush. And I need my powder brush again. Just wipe this away before I spray. Oh, no, I'm gonna do eyebrows first. Let's see if I can quickly do my eyebrows, because this video is getting to be like a million miles too long. So I brushed them down, and then I'm going to use my Essence Brow Designer in brown. Trace the top. This is not a new product for me. I've been using this for couple of weeks now, but I love it. It has made such a difference in my eyebrows, and I suck at eyebrows. I don't like doing eyebrows, so anything that helps me out is more than welcome. And then I brush them up. fill them in. They're not as even today, but whatever. I'm beyond the finicky stage. And I have never, ever, ever professed to be great at eyebrows in any sense. And then I'm going to run through with my Essence Make Me Brow Eyebrow Gel Mascara in 02 Browny Brows. Again, not a new product for me, but it is Essence and I do love it. So they're just kind of like fibers in this that cling to the hairs of your eyebrows and make them seem thicker, even though they're not. Okay, now we can spray. And with my Pixi Makeup Fixing Mist. Oh, feels so good when it's nice and hot. It's like my favorite part. I give a real good spray to make sure that all that powder that's on my cheeks kind of sinks in a little bit, since I have like 1,000 layers of powder from trying to fix my blush. And let's finish the eyes. This is the Essence Long Lasting Eye Pencil in Berry Mary? Berry Mary. And it's one of those self-sharpening ones, which I love. So I'm going to tightline with this. I don't know how well it's gonna work because it's not like a super, super dark color. This eyeliner is new to me. Actually, it did make a fair amount of difference. This is one of the eyeliners I picked up in my Essence haul. If you haven't seen that video, go check it out. This is going on really, really nicely. It's really nice and creamy, which I thought it would be from when I swatched it. Not really going on my lower lash line too much, but lower lash line is tricky, or not the lash line, the waterline. The waterline is very, very tricky with eyeliners. They don't all work, gotta say. But I got some smudged into the lash line as well, which I'm actually just going to do more up top here to give them more defined and to try out the eyeliner a little bit more. It works great on the eyelid itself. It goes on really, really nice. It's just tricky on the waterline, that's all. I like just the subtle purpleness to it. Smudge my lower out a bit. It's going to take a really small angled brush and just kind of smooth out that liner. It's not budging too much. Once this is on, it is on. Which isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's supposed to be long wearing, so like I don't want to go in on the top and smudge too much because I don't want to take away any of that eyeshadow that I put there. But yeah, the eyeliner, like wow, it stays put. But super creamy, super, super nice. Did a fantastic job. I like it. Okay, and this is not a new product to me at all. I've been using it for a few weeks now, but it is Essence, and I heart extreme, and it is so true. Crazy Volume Mascara. It is black, 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 and it is just, oh, it's everything for mascara. I can't believe that I didn't try an Essence mascara earlier, like sooner. I can't believe I haven't been using Essence mascaras like this whole time. They're so fantastic. Well, it's so fantastic. This is the only one that I have used, but there's the brush. Yes, the brush is kind of large, but it's got the short little silicone-y, rubbery, nubby bristles that I like, that don't pull out my lashes. And holy crap, can we just talk about volume? Like, look at the difference. That's just the lower. I get like super like spider lashes with this. I love it. It's a thick mascara, I will say that, but it separates and disperses super, super, super nicely. I am super careful when applying it though, because the brush is so large. And then I usually concentrate the first coat more on the base of the lashes, and then the second coat I go in more on the tips. That's one coat, people. I'm still gonna go in with a second coat. Why? Because I can. Lashes for days. I can't get over this mascara. I really, if you don't have it, or any Essence mascara, actually, this is the only Essence mascara I've tried so far. But now I want to try them all, and you cannot beat the price. I mean, like, it's mind-blowing. Lips, and I think we're done, guys. So this is from my haul. This is the lip liner in Satin Mauve, 06 Satin Mauve. This was super, super creamy when I swatched it. Super easy. I'm not struggling whatsoever. It's a beautiful color. And honestly, I don't normally wear lip liners. Like, I mean, I love that just as is. It's a beautiful, beautiful color. It went on really, really, really nice. No qualms about that whatsoever. And now we're gonna go in with Cool Nude from the Longlasting Lipstick Nude collection. This is the packaging. And there is the bottom. So it's their long-lasting lipsticks. Again, it's kind of like a mauve nude. And I like how they've got a really nice long taper, so you can get a real nice precise application if you're not using a brush, which I never use lipstick brushes. Feels super nice and creamy. Actually would have been interested to see what this color was by itself without the lip liner. Another time. Goes on really nice, really smooth, it's really creamy. It doesn't feel super cakey. It's a little bit heavier than some of my other lipsticks, especially my Wet n Wild Silk Finish lipsticks. But I think that completes everything. Ta-da! So that is the completed look. I'm really happy with how this turned out. I love how the colors are all like super cohesive and really go well together. When I bought all of that stuff, I honestly actually didn't think about that. I was just picking things and putting things in my shopping cart that I liked. So the fact that everything tied in so well together, I was just a lucky thing. But I really like how everything turned out, and I actually really don't have any qualms about anything so much. And the blush turned out okay, I think, in the end. But let's just go through things really quickly, and I'll give you my final thoughts. This face palette, I actually quite like it, although I think I covered up a lot of the contour with this blush. So next time I will actually probably go in with my usual brush that I use for blush, which doesn't deposit it as concentrated. It's a little bit more fluffy and makes it more blown out. And I'll go in with like a super light hand. But I quite like this palette. We all know that I love the mattifying powder. You can see, and this is my second or third pan that I've gone through. So yes. This Grammy Goes Glammy eyeshadow. Again, I haven't actually used it as an eyeshadow itself, aside from just the like brow bone and inner corner highlight. But it's fantastic for a highlight. Do you see this? And if you know me at all, you know I am all about really like see me from space glow. So definitely pick it up. The brow designer, again, not my first time using it. I love it. It's a really good affordable eyebrow pencil, and if it can help me do eyebrows, it can help anybody do eyebrows. This is a must. I think it only comes in 3 shades. There's not a lot of color selection, but this eyebrow gel mascara is fantastic. The Metal Glam eyeshadow in Frosted Apple is dynamite. It is gorgeous. You guys saw, but I would suggest using a setting spray to spritz your brush and then apply it onto the lid and pack it on that way. You'll get much better color payoff, and it'll just be that much more fantastic. The liners, the eyeliner and the lip liner, again, fantastic. No complaints. They both went on really nice and creamy, really smooth. This, I have a feeling, is gonna like stay super put. I'm gonna scrub this puppy off when I go to take my makeup off later. It does say long wearing, long lasting, so I have a feeling, but like it seemed like I could barely even smudge it out once I applied it. I don't have a lot of eyeliners that do that. It didn't apply super heavy to the waterline, but that might also just be the color because it's not a super dark color, but we'll see. Love. The lipstick is gorgeous. The color is fantastic. It applied really nice. It feels super smooth and comfortable and creamy, not super thick and cakey. And I love that it's it's not matte. I'm gonna say satin because it has a teeny tiny bit of a sheen, but it's not super high gloss. So I love that. This has won my heart. This, again, this is not new, but since we're talking essence, I need to like take a good look, go out and get it. I don't like to wear false lashes, so if I can get the look of false lashes without wearing false lashes, especially since I have long natural eyelashes. They just don't look it without any help from mascara. So why wear falsies if you don't have to? That's all I'm saying. Last but not least, the I Heart Stage eyeshadow base. I will wait and see how this wears and how the eyeshadow stays put. It doesn't feel cakey or anything. It feels fine, actually. It feels perfect. I think it may have made it too dark. Like, it's okay because I went in with darker eyeshadow, but if I was going in with like a neutral nude look or something like that, it may just be a little bit too dark for my skin tone. But everything applied super nicely to it. It doesn't feel sticky or cakey or thick or anything like that. My eyes don't feel like they've got like stuff all over them. So my only thing that's making me kind of is just the color. It's kind of dark, but I'm not vampire pale, but I'm pale and I'm tanned. Yeah, okay, great. And then, oh yeah, the brush. It's a beautiful brush. It's so soft. I might just find another use for it because we all saw what happened, but we're gonna pretend that didn't happen. We're just gonna move on. I think the only other thing is this sponge. If you guys see this brand, Lori, in your dollar stores, or I don't know, maybe they have it in like Walmart or something, like cheap stores, pick it up. It's fantastic. I loved it. It's like putting your makeup on with a giant pillow for your face. This is my new favorite. No, this is not Essence, but we were doing first impressions and I hadn't tried the sponge out yet, so I wanted to do that. So that's pretty much it. I'm going to try and remember to come back at the end of the day before I wash my makeup off before bed and show you how my makeup wore and how it lasted and how these products stood up. If I can remember that, that'll be great. Hey guys, so I've actually remembered to come on here and update you guys at the end of the day before I take off my makeup. And here it is. I have been wearing this all day. It is currently way too late. I should be asleep. Like, I am super impressed with this. And let's not forget, I don't have foundation on and I didn't do like a primer. I just sprayed my Pixi makeup fixing mist as a primer. I've gotten a little bit extra glossy. This is not just a highlight. My oily T-zone is coming through a little bit, but everything has stayed on super fantastic. And the contour seems to have held up fairly well too. If you remember, I had that blip with the cheeks, so you can't see too much of the contour shade underneath all of this, but I still see a little bit on the sides of my nose. I definitely see it up here. If anything, I'm going to say that the contour shades are what sunk into my face the most and aren't as prevalent anymore. But again, nothing has creased and nothing like has been cakey or anything like that, and I'm not like slick and gross. Like, the eyebrows are completely, like, nothing has budged. My lashes, come on now. It's come on, right? My blush, I still have my blush. It hasn't sunk into my face like a lot of blushes do throughout the day. The highlight is still there too, and let's not forget that that's actually an eyeshadow, not a highlight specifically. The lip color, I think the lipstick has worn off for the most part, and it's just the lip liner that's left, but the lip liner is still there. There might be a little bit of lipstick, but it's hard to tell, but I've definitely still got color. Nothing has bled or like smudged or anything like that. It looks fantastic still, and it feels, I haven't applied anything. I haven't applied any lip balm, chapstick. I didn't reapply my lipstick, and obviously I have eaten supper. I have had countless bottles of water, and the like. So I mean, that has all stood up and that is good. And the eyeliner and the eyeshadow, I'm like, this eyeshadow is it's phenomenal. Yes, I have a few other colors in the crease, remember, but like there is no creasing whatsoever. So I think that primer did a fantastic job, and the eyeliner is exactly where I left it. There is I don't really think there's anything on the lower waterline, but I can see a little bit on the upper lash line there, and definitely where I smudged it on the lid, or tried to smudge it. It didn't really smudge, but where I applied it on the lid and stuff, like this is, I could have been at an event all night and still look put together and not, you know, crazy melted face and whatnot by the end of it. So I am super impressed. That completes this video. Thank you so much for watching and joining me and tuning into my channel. I absolutely appreciate and love every single one of you that take the time out to check out my videos. And yeah, if you haven't subscribed, please subscribe and hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my future videos as well. Give me a big thumbs up if you like this kind of video. This is my first impression video on my channel here, so hopefully I can do a lot more, and I have a couple of other Essence products that I need to try out that I didn't try out in this video, so be on the lookout for those in my upcoming videos soon, and I will see you in the next one. Take care, guys. Bye.